Hello, folks. This is Jim with Science Talk, and I wanted to share with you some incredible photos taken by the Juno probe uh, that was orbiting the planet Jupiter. Now, the photos I'm going to be showing you are just that. They're photos. These are not paintings. Now, yes, there may be a little color enhancement done by the imaging folks, and that's simply to ascertain better the details of what goes on in the Jovian atmosphere. But yes, we often talk about the bad things going on in the planet, like for example, the climate change, how we're warming the planet up. But at the same time, I want to do stories like this because it demonstrates to me the beauty of science. That science does do some incredible things. Look at this here. You see these bands of colors, right? But look at we've got little eddies here. Of course, these eddies might be almost the size of Earth itself. But you can see all these bands, all these vortices twisting off, breaking off, spiraling off. Absolutely stunning. This is towards a pole region. So the equator of the planet is probably about in here somewhere. As the probe went overhead. So let's start going through the wonderful slides here. Okay, for the past 2 years, the spacecraft have taken photos of Jupiter, and they've put together the best shots there. Okay, so Jupiter is surrounded by field magnetic radiation, but Jupiter's is much, much stronger, as you would expect. If Juno didn't hit a precise region at the pole where the magnetic field is the weakest in its entries, the device would not have survived. The radiation would have destroyed the electronics. So, let's go through images processed by NASA and citizen scientists are arresting. 1 part Van Gogh, 1 part Pillars of Creation. That's a reference to that famous Hubble telescope photos showing how stars are being created within a nebula. Color and contrast in the photos have been enhanced, as I mentioned at the outset, to bring out details in Jupiter's atmosphere. That allows us to understand the physics, the fluid dynamics involved. So, here's one closest ever picture of the Great Red Spot. The Juno spacecraft was just 5,600 miles above Jupiter. This storm has raged for at least 350 years, and it's so large you can fit a couple of Earths in it. And this is the closest look at the spot, which actually has been shrinking over the last several decades. So it could be a storm that's dissipating. But there you go. It's a great big red spot, and you can see within all these flows and currents and eddies and all sorts of interesting things going on. So, now when we get off of that, take a look at this. We have some eddies that are breaking off from the vortices, right? It's what we call in fluid dynamics vorticity, which is basically a tendency for things to rotate, in essence. So you have a planet that's rotating, you're going to have a bit of Coriolis, you're going to have some pinching off. If you look at the Gulf Stream, for example, we see similar things, that we see mesoscale eddies that pinch off the Gulf Stream. So it's nothing unique to Jupiter. It's a kind of a feature that you have flowing ribbons of water or gas that If there's Coriolis involved, you might have some pinching off, some vortices that pinch off, little eddies, and so on. So, but this will help us understand the fluid dynamics better. And now here's a similar image, but in, let's just say, non-enhanced colors. As you can see, we do lose some. You can still see the detail, but you just don't get the sharp delineation. This is more true colors. Still very impressive. I think if you can see the difference down here, the previous slide, we can see a lot more detail. See this here, we see these little subtleties and so on. And Jupiter's south pole is just full of storms. And just kind of looking at its butt end, if you will, and kind of being a little facetious. But look at all that's going on here. Look at these things. Again, these to me tell me vorticity, vortices pinching off. These are all vortex activity going on here. But lots of storms here. Look at these are all storms. Huge amounts of storms. Beautiful photo. And you can see how with the color transition. But look, you see, granted, that's the pole here. This is away from the poles, but you still get these vortices pinching off from the main flow. Our pole is also just as stormy. Look at this. You can see why they kind of made the reference to Van Gogh in the previous paragraph. It looks like a Starry Night painting. I can just tell you that there's not much going on with that particular video, so I will not utilize time to show that. Bit of some more photos. Just look at all these beautiful detail that we see in here. All these little vortices and eddies and pinching off and so on. This is just absolutely incredible, stunning detail. I mean, it's hard to believe that these are not paintings. These are actual photographs. But you would think these are paintings, but they're not. I mean, that's just astonishing. So I'm just not going to really say much. I'm just going to scroll through and let you enjoy along with me. Start back up here. This one's probably a little blurry. This is one of my just spectacular. Look at the detail in this region. You see a bunch of things going on here. Look what's going on here in this whole thing. Just astonishing. You can see the probe is moving from what will be the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen. Now we get more of that view. I'm suspecting this is over one of the poles. Again, continuing its right to left motion there. This white storm is now this right here. Again, just the detail is astonishing, and it's so variant. The different types of fluid flow, it's so different, and they're almost kept in like discrete bands. So that tells you there's probably some shearing forces going on. Look at this. It's almost like a series of, if you remember last year when during the hurricane season, there was a photo taken from space about where you can see three Atlantic storms all lined up. Kind of reminds me of that. But look at this detail here. It's over one of the poles. And just look at this. Again, this is a photograph. This isn't someone painting. This is a photograph. I mean, these almost look like, I think they call them pearl beads or something. But it kind of looks like beads. Let's see, over one of the polar regions. So here us going through, using normal colors, non-enhanced. Greater contrast photos show stunning complexity in Jupiter's atmosphere. Here are Jupiter's clouds from a distance equal to the diameter of Earth. Now, these vivid colors could be plumes of sulfur, phosphorus-containing gases coming up from the planet's warmer interior. Just look at that. Astonishing. I mean, there are really no words to describe it. It's just mind-blowing. Cloud system in the Northern Hemisphere. And these are not paintings. Look at this. Now we zoomed out a bit of the Northern Hemisphere, going towards the polar region. One of those little nice white storms there. Back to the other end, the southern pole. And here's the South Pole from a distance. Again, these little string of storms here. Got a bunch more here. All the eddies, and so forth. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you some incredible photos of the largest planet in our solar system. And as I said, I think it's important to share with you some of the wonderful things that science can achieve. Anyway, I hope you like this. Please share. Hey folks, just a reminder to please subscribe and click the bell so you know when I drop a video. Please share my videos, please tell others of my channel and of the work that I do. I also hope that you will consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Science Talk with Jim Massa, where from time to time I upload videos there exclusively for my patron subscribers. Details in the description box below.